Utter utter appeasing and coddling bull.
Joe, give us your account of the first 100 days. You can pick one word or three words, or between 1 and 3. How would you describe it?
Well, the word I would use is traitor. The leader of the free world put a traitor in the White House knowingly. He attacks our democracy every day, and he's standing with Putin on the world stage. This is a really scary thing.
Have you been surprised with how it's gone? I mean, as you say, the knowingly part is very crucial here. He's really, he's more or less at least tried to do the things he said he was going to do. He has tried to bring peace to Ukraine, albeit by cuddling up to Russia. He's imposed tariffs. He's gone after widespread immigration in the country. It feels like the things he said he wanted to do, he has tried to do.
Well, the problem with Trump has always been he lies as he breathes. But you make an important point. America last year knew who they were voting for. They had a choice between a very, very bad person or someone they didn't know real well. And America chose the very bad person. He won fair and square. And you're right. He told us he was going to be a dictator from day one. He told us nothing he's doing now should surprise us. But look, the American people don't pay nearly as much attention to stuff as they should. They didn't know what the hell a tariff was. Most Americans didn't know what that was. They're going to learn that real quick.
What about the argument that, particularly at the beginning, it felt like he got quite a degree of understanding from people around the world. People said, "Oh, he's different this time. He's going to shake things up." He is talking about things like peace in Ukraine. It's important to talk about peace in Ukraine. He's a destabilizer. He destabilizes things, and out of that, you might get some good results. We do need the end of a war in Ukraine. He is at least talking about that, and he's at least putting some energy towards trying to achieve that.
I have one perspective, and you may not like my perspective, but Europe and the world need to wake up. They know who Trump is. Donald, you talk about peace in Ukraine, and he wants the war to end. Donald Trump is on Putin's side. That's always been clear. Now, that should scare the living daylights out of everybody. That America, once the leader of the free world, isn't even on the side of the free world now. I mean, he's been negotiating on behalf of Putin. So the peace plan, anything Trump puts forward, is exactly what Putin wants. Now, if that's the kind of peace people want, fine. But I don't want a peace where we sell out Ukraine, where Ukraine can't be part of NATO, where Donald Trump sells out all of NATO. But that's what he's doing. I just wish Europe wouldn't coddle him and appease him. Europe needs to treat him, I know this is harsh, like their enemy for the next 3 years.
What about the argument that he has made Europe partially wake up at least? I mean, he's not wrong. He was not wrong to say Europe has been negligent in its own defence. He was not wrong to say that many NATO countries, most NATO countries, were not contributing enough to the defence of the continent. That, right or wrong, and I understand your perspective entirely here, Joe, but right or wrong, he may have given Europe a kick up the backside that they possibly needed when it comes to the situation around defence.
I think there's some legitimate truth to that, yes. Donald Trump has woken up Americans. I mean, look, the Democrats in America suck. And half of the reason Trump won is because the Democrats are utterly out of touch, and they tied on to all this crazy woke stuff, and they lost touch with regular working class people. So along came Trump, who's a demagogue, and he lies to them, but he's woken people up. I agree with that. Europe now, okay, wake up, Europe, but understand that Trump's not just Europe needs to pay more. Trump and Trumpism and J.D. Vance, It's all Europe. You're on your own. I need Europe to understand this. We only have two political parties, and one of our political parties is utterly isolationist. They want nothing to do with NATO or Europe. So it's extreme.
What do you make of the British attempt then to sort of stay close to Trump? They're quite pleased with themselves, the government. They recognise how difficult it is, I think, but they say, oh, we've been very careful with Trump. We've made sure we've not got on his bad side. We're still a voice in the room with Trump. We're doing as well as anyone can to stay close to Trump. What do you make of that approach towards him?
Utter appeasing and coddling bull. Look, I think we can all agree on one thing. Donald Trump is a bully, and all bullies are cowards. You can't make nice with a bully. You can't appease a bully. You have to stand up to a bully. You have to punch a bully in the nose. It's the only thing Trump understands is strength. The American media has bent a knee to him. American law firms have bent a knee to him. All of big tech, when he won, they all bent a knee to him. Donald Trump doesn't give a damn about any of them. You can't bend a knee to a bully. You have to stand up to him. I hope Europe does that.
We're talking about 100 days of Donald Trump. There's 1,300 more to go. But this question of the third term, this question of could he plausibly find a way of standing again? How real is that in your mind, Joe? Because it's one of those stories that it'd be a very hard thing constitutionally to do. Is it possible? Is it a thing that you worry about?
Oh, I worry immensely about it. I've said this before. Maybe you've heard me. The greatest failure we've had in the Trump years is the failure of imagination. We've just never imagined how far he'd go, how low he'd go. You and I are speaking right now, 4 years and 3 months removed from a president trying to overthrow an American election. Like that happened. So could the 2026 elections be canceled? Could Trump try to stop the 2026 midterms from happening? Hell yes. Could Donald Trump try to run again in 2028? Hell yes. I don't know. I just think we have to prepare for the worst because we weren't ready on January 6th for the worst. We ought to be ready this time.
Well, that's the thing people have to wrestle with. Before you go, Joe, can you say one nice thing about him? Any positive thing you can dredge up about him over the last 100 days? I'll give you the chance. One nice thing.
By the way, that's a great question, and I really do appreciate the question. The only positive of Trump is this. I mean this. Because he's so bad and so lawless and so corrupt, the cool thing is he's forcing the American people in real time to decide what kind of country we want to be. I mean, he's throwing innocent people in an El Salvador jail. So, and that's happening. So the American people have to decide right now, is that what we want to do? The beauty of Trump is he's forcing us to decide what kind of people we want to be. I mean that.
It's a really good way of putting it. Joe, fantastic as ever to speak to you. You always speak your mind. We always appreciate it. Thank you for joining us.